First time you see, I put him on the spot, but he gave the right answer. What is the highest knowledge? It is the knowledge of Allah. He's saying it's the knowledge of the servant of his creator, of Allah. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He has created the ins and the jinns only to know Him and to worship Him. So the highest knowledge, it is to know Allah. In reality, everything that Allah has created knows Him. Everything that Allah has created knows His Lord. From the smallest atoms to the biggest galaxies, they are spinning. And they're remembering Allah, knowing their Lord. And yes, they're all being a servant to their Lord. Whatever Allah has created them for, they're fulfilling that purpose. From the animals, to the other ones, to the malaikas, to the other creatures that we don't know, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is continuously creating. He didn't rest after 7 days. He doesn't sleep. And the ayat is further saying, whatever you think you know of Him, He is removed from that too. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is only saying that we have honored the children of Adam. Not even the angels or the jinns or the other creatures, only the children of Adam. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا بَنِي Adam. Because only the children of Adam has been created to know Allah. Although every creature knows their Lord, but Allah is revealing Himself. The specialty of Hazrati Insan that has been created to only represent Him. And that is man. That is the highest knowledge. Where are you going to get this knowledge? Where do you get knowledge? In these days, if we ask anyone that, first answer they're going to say school. Now, we all know school maybe is the last place you're going to get knowledge. You get some learning, you get some degrees, you get a lot of bad habits, you get a lot of indoctrination. But knowledge, ilm. In the old days, they are, of course, more knowledgeable, they are smarter. They say what? Where you get knowledge from? From where? Where do you get knowledge from? Wrong. Called wrong. This is what today is saying. Get knowledge from books. Books is written by man. Why go to the painting when you have the painter next to you? Those who are a little bit veiled, they're going to say, but the painting is nicer looking than the painter. Painter is just a man. So many painters, they look very, normal or whatever. But the painting looks very big and beautiful. And they say, we like the painting, but the painter can produce that. The painter can reproduce that. The painter can produce hundreds or thousands of these paintings. So you are concentrating now not to the source. You're concentrating now to what he can just produce. So, not the books. But we said before, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was described as the walking Quran. The Prophet ﷺ showed us everything. Without him, we will not know Allah. Without him, nothing in creation will know Allah. Without him, the prophets will not know Allah. Because ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. This was the shahadat of this ummah, not the ummahs before, but it was the shahadat of the prophets, because they have to give shahadat. Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, through that shahadat, we just passed the day of Ashura. Allah showed him mercy. Because of that, Rahmatal lil Alameen. Because of that one that Allah has created to be His beloved, that everything else is coming from Him. So, today they're running after the Quran, but they're not running after the Prophet ﷺ. You're going to say, no, a Prophet is not the author of the Quran. Allah is the author of the Quran. But who is teaching you Allah now? There are 2 billion Muslims. Everyone is saying we're following Allah. There are so many ways, so many traditions, so many so-called religions. They're all saying we're showing the way to Allah. Inna dina indallahul Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not saying Islam is the only religion. It's not saying Islam is the right religion. It's saying the religion that is within Allah, accepted by Allah, in Allah, is Islam. And who is showing that first submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So now they're saying, we go straight to Allah. We don't take now the sunnat, which is why this is one of the signs of the Akhir Zaman, the lost traditions of the Prophet ﷺ, that Hazrat Mahdi ﷺ is going to come to bring. So now, you don't go to books. You don't go to school. Today, people go to the internet for knowledge. Yeah, but what kind of knowledge now? Now, people are finding tasawwuf knowledge through internet. What can we do? In the old days, it is so hidden, it is so secret, it is so valuable. And now, it is available, and click, 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 and you get all the secrets. Must put a question mark there. So where do you get knowledge from? The old days. It's very simple. You get knowledge from the people who have knowledge. And those are called alims and ulamas. Now, alim is the one who has knowledge, but we already established what is the highest knowledge? Knowledge of Allah. The one who has knowledge of everything, but he has not the knowledge of Allah. He knows nothing. But how are you going to have the knowledge of Allah? How are you going to have the knowledge of Allah? You go to a person of Allah, an alim. What kind of alim? Alim that graduates with a diploma. He knows Allah. These days, Medina University. You know Allah. That's why they're destroying so many maqams, so many turba, sharif. They can destroy everything that has tabaruk. I just saw a picture. In the old days, the Ottomans were keeping everything properly. They have a place. They say this is the place that in the Uhud war, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his teeth became shaheed. He lost his teeth and it fell there. So they say this is the place. There is a commemorated place. There is a holy place there. There is a tabaruk there. And people are going to remember to connect to their Prophet ﷺ. And you pray there, you make a dua for the sake of the Prophet ﷺ, every dua was received. Every dua was answered. So wasila always must be. If you're not taking the Holy Prophet ﷺ as a wasila, who are you taking? Yourself? You must take your ego then. So now, how are you going to know Allah? How are you going to have the knowledge of Allah? Don't look too far. Don't make philosophy. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said it through His Holy Prophet ﷺ. Because everything that the Prophet says is coming from Allah. And the Quran is saying he does not speak from his own ego. And the Prophet ﷺ says, the one who does not know himself, he does not know his Lord. So now it all comes back to us again. If you know yourself, you will know your Lord. What is the self? What is it? What is the self? Maulana Rumi is saying so many times, move away from Trinity. Move away from dualism. Come to Ahad. Come to unity. We have a spirit. It is coming from Allah. But Allah has put another creature next to it. We are moving, we are being alive because of a spirit. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also put with His wisdom the ego, the nafs that is inside of us. How are you going to know your Lord? If you know that you are very far away from your Lord, what do you need to do? You need to come closer. Correct? If you know you are separated from your Lord, then Maulana Rumi is saying in the first line, listen to the song of the reed that sings of its separation. Do we know we're separated from Allah? Do we realize that? First. If we realize that we are separated, then we must know what causes that separation. Awliya Allah saying there are 70,000 veils between us and Allah. Our spirit is in divine presence. 70,000 veils now. If we want to come closer to Allah, we must now remove the veils. Removing the veils is not to witness, is not to see, is not to have visions, is not to have openings, especially in these days. Certain things may be given to you. That's okay. That's just the byproduct of what you first have to do, which is what? To take that ego and to put it under your feet. To control that ego. To make the nafsu amara into a nafsu mutmain. It's not to destroy the ego. It is to make that ego now to be under your feet instead of carrying it over your shoulder. So if you understand what causes that separation, you are going to move closer. And once you move closer and closer to Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, look, in the Hadith Qudsi, my servant becomes beloved to me. When he does the commands, the orders that I give. Let me paraphrase it so that everyone understands from this. But my servant draws nearer to me when he starts performing acts that is not an order that I've given. Meaning, supererogatory. It's nafila. Meaning what? It's not just waking up in the middle of the night to pray. It is now trying to understand your Lord and what He wants without Him telling you. Now your heart starts to work a little bit. You start doing the things that He's not telling you to do by an order, but knowing what your heart, that your heart, it is the throne of Allah. We say it is the throne of Allah, but it's filled with so many things that are there. So many idols, so many ilahs. Now, let me say La ilaha illallah. Not just repeating over and over again, but let me try to understand what are the ilahs that are in my heart. Understand it. What are the ilahs that are in my heart? And let me get rid of it. Now, we are being very busy with the hidden shirk. Now, when we're getting rid of shirk, when we say La sharika la, we're making our shahadat to become more and more pure. This is what tasawwuf is. You cannot do it without the way of the Prophet ﷺ. So now we get knowledge from the people who have knowledge. And the people who have knowledge, they don't say we get it from Allah, we get it from the Prophet too. They say we got it from the people who have knowledge, who are above us. Because the Quran Al-Karim is saying there is a knower above every knower. And that one is saying, I got it from that one. And that one is saying, I got it from that one. Now you have an isnad. And this religion is founded on isnad. It is a chain, it is never broken. Leading all the way back to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ always points to Allah. He never points to himself. No awliya is going to point to himself. No prophet is going to point to himself. He must point to that one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator. Now, how are you going to know your Lord? You must try to know your Lord. Although it is impossible to try to know our Lord through the way of the Prophet ﷺ, the way that he understands, it is between the lover and the beloved. But we say, may we be the dust under your feet, Ya Rasulullah, so that when you meet your beloved, we may be there too. To be dust. To understand we came from that and we will return to that. Inshallah Rahman, the centers of knowledge are not too many in this world right now, in this dunya right now, where they're going to teach you yourself. They can teach you books. But to teach you yourself, very rare. You have to have a master to teach you yourself. Then that time you have to have submission to that master for you to know. But if you don't know yourself, you may know 104 books, you may know the 7 earths and the 7 skies, but you don't know yourself, you don't know your Lord. Finished. So we are here to know ourselves, to know what are our habits, to know what are our ways of thinking that is making us to be stuck, to remove ourselves from that. Inshallah Rahman, to become servants to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is our intention. May Allah accept it, inshallah. We are weak servants. We don't know anything compared to what they know. But we are here, and they are here too. Those who have passed don't think they have passed. They are here. They are with us. They are next to us. These eyes cannot see. These eyes, once you remove the veil, you will see everything that time. Which is why Holy Prophet ﷺ, through Hazrat Ali Karamallah Wajha, is saying, man is sleeping. When he dies, he will wake up. Because his world, it is false. We came from somewhere real and we're going back to our reality. And all prophets came to wake us up to that. Inshallah, may we wake up before it's too late. Wa min Allahu tawfiq, hurmatil habib, hurmatil fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.